Hi, my name is Randall Dean. I've been a DJ since 2001, but I've been singing in different types of bands since the early 90s. That's also when I got my start in house music, going to raves on the south side of Chicago from the northwest suburbs, so it was a hike. But thing is, after a while, I realized I'm a huge fan of house music, but I make other kind of music, so when I took a break from it to learn production, I decided to make house music instead of trying to recreate a music that in a scene that I wasn't as into as house music. So since I was always drawn to the scene, I figured I might as well start making house music. And because I love it, that's the music I listen to at home, it's the music I go out and listen to, but then I go home to rehearsal and I write funk music or like jam bandy stuff, and like what? It wasn't congruent, you know? First of all, it was something that wasn't seen in my town. My town is very rural, and Illinois rural essentially means like zero diversity. So for me, it was a chance to get in Chicago and see things and meet people I'd never met or never even like thought to meet other than what was depicted on a show on TV. So when you get to these underground parties where they're stealing cable, like literally like hacked in off of a wire, running it into a warehouse that they had to like break a window to get into, 60,000 watts of sound, and at any moment it could be busted and you know, you just took a hit of acid or something that's gonna last you 12 hours whether you're at the party or not. Honestly, it was an adventure, and I had lived a really boring life before that. And I don't know, house music provided an opportunity for us to get wild, but in a pretty safe environment, although sometimes you come out of a party in Harvey, Illinois, at the time highest murder rate in Illinois, and you got all these like ignorant white kids from the suburbs driving down there, just parking on the side of the street, like leaving their like sound systems, and like, I mean, we all got jacked at least once down there, but I don't know, I feel like that's a rite of passage, and I don't regret it at all because of all the amazing stuff I've seen. So what attracted me to house music, what kept me coming back, is just this crazy sense of community where we've all been through it, but we're all here for the same reason, you know. We would get to parties with the people that we knew and we'd see you in 8 hours, you know. We would go out and meet new people every time, and it was like everybody you met was your best friend. I met a guy who said he worked for Atari and told me some funny stories about like the start of that company, and just, I don't know, man, the craziest people went to those parties, and every single person danced. There was no fist bumping, there was no like, I mean, there must be people like out of their minds in the corners, but when they were on the dance floor, you weren't on your phone, you weren't chit-chatting, you were like, people were hugging, we call them speaker freakers, because they would just be on the speaker, like in love with the speaker. Like, you don't see that kind of stuff anymore, and it's, I don't know, but that's what's attracted me in house music. So I've been writing music since the 90s, but predominantly the front man in bands singing, so I came up as a singer. I still identify as that the most, a singer and a songwriter, but you know, everybody wants to say producer nowadays in house music, so I guess you could say I'm a producer, but mostly I like writing. The writing of the song and the performance of it, as live as possible, is really what I'm passionate about. So, what a Chicago Beatdown to me is a chance for, I mean, I guess it depends on the environment, but for what it means, if I was gonna participate in something called a Chicago Beatdown, I would think that each DJ was expected to bring their absolute choicest A-game shit and lay it down and just surprise each other. Like, you know, nowadays I feel like if you don't have a couple of tracks that people know, you lose their interest. But back in the day, we went out to listen to be introduced to new stuff. Because if you hear those 15 records or 18 records in an hour, a DJ spent 1,000 hours standing on their feet in a record store with greasy ass headphones on, listening for that one or those 17 tracks, and it was just like, damn, I mean, I'm getting tingles just thinking about it. Now, everybody Shazams all their stuff, so. A beatdown is when you can still bring that, like, and for me, that just means bringing some of my own music and some of the stuff that people have remixed in my music, because that's something that I know I've only got the only copy of, so. I'm really looking forward to the Amsterdam trip and the beatdown there, because I'm going to be doing all live stuff.